Hi everyone, my name is Michael Carty, and today I'm going to teach you what aperture is, so stick around. Now for some of you, the aperture of your camera can be a tricky thing to understand. It controls depth of field, the intensity of your flash, but what you really need to know is how it controls your exposure, making your images lighter or darker. So how does it work? Basically, your aperture is an opening, letting light into your camera to capture a photo. The smaller the aperture, the less light gets in, and the darker your image will be. On the other hand, if your aperture is larger, more light will enter your camera and cause your image to be brighter. You can manually change the size of your aperture on your camera, but since each camera is a little different from the other, make sure to check your manual for instructions on how to change it for your specific device. Your manual should also tell you where to find your aperture on your LCD screen. Most apertures are signified by an F number, such as f4 or f8. The specific F number you use is not as important as the relationship between smaller and larger numbers, and I'll tell you why. Remember when I said a larger aperture lets more light in and therefore creates a brighter image? Well, the smaller your F number is, the larger your aperture is. That's right, small number equals bigger aperture equals more light equals brighter image. So what does that mean for a larger F number? You guessed it, a larger number makes a smaller aperture, letting less light into your camera and creating a darker image. So large number equals smaller aperture equals less light equals darker image. Now it may be a little difficult to wrap your head around this, but by practicing and testing with different aperture settings, you'll eventually accustom yourself with the concept by observing how it lightens or darkens your image. A tip for those of you who are a little nervous about going into full manual mode, put your camera into aperture priority mode. Again, check your manual to see how this is done. This mode is a semi-automatic setting that allows you to control your aperture while leaving the rest to your camera. It's an excellent way of practicing with aperture, and I use it when teaching all of my students. Well, that's it for aperture. I hope you've enjoyed this video and gained a new tool in your photography. If you'd like to learn more, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button below and my blog link in the video description. You can easily hone your photography skills, building into a career, impressing others with your images, or just for the simple enjoyment of it. I'm Michael Carty. See you next time.